Hi everybody, here's your mixed numbers and improper fractions video. So we're going to start with mixed numbers. We've talked about mixed numbers already. Remember that mixed numbers have a whole number and a fraction. So 4 and 3/8, 4 is the whole number, 3/8 is the fraction. 2 and 1/3, 2 is the whole number, 1/3 is the fraction. Same with 1 1/2. The sum of a whole number and a fraction, yes, you need to write that down. Improper fractions, the word improper means that there's something not right about them. So improper fractions usually need something done with them. Improper fraction has a numerator that is greater than the denominator. So 5 is the numerator, greater than the denominator of 4. 10 is the numerator, greater than the denominator of 6. So notice the difference between mixed numbers and improper fractions. The mixed numbers have a whole number and a fraction. Improper fraction, numerator is larger than the denominator. Mixed numbers are considered simplified as long as the fraction is simplified. So 1/2 is simplified, 1/3 is simplified, 3/8. Those are all simplest form because the fraction pieces are simplified. An improper fraction is considered to be not simplified because we can do things with improper fractions. You can see with the 10 and 6, you could simplify it like it is. We're also, we can turn these into mixed numbers, which will then allow them to be simplified. That is part of what we're going to work on today. The Mad Hatter, he was improper, right? He was improper, meaning some of the things, the way he acted was not quite right. He has an improper fraction on his hat. We'll watch that in school tomorrow. Same with this version, same kind of deal. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we have 3 1/2. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to take the denominator, multiply it by the whole number, so 2 times 3, and then we're going to add the numerator. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. This is the math we just did, and the denominator stays the same, 7/2. So the denominator times the whole number plus the numerator, and leave the denominator the same. So we'll try another one here. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, and we keep the denominator the denominator. Looks like on your paper for some reason it says 2 1/2. You might want to change that to 3 1/2. I apologize. All right, if you would please hit pause and try those two. So to get from 4 3/4 to 19/4, I did 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. Denominator stays the same. To get 7 and 9/11 from a mixed number to improper fraction, 7 times 11 is 77. 77 and 9 is 86/11. So something quick here to be reminded of. The only way that you know an improper fraction can be an answer is if you are asked for an improper fraction. So look back here. It is saying we want these mixed numbers to be improper fractions. Otherwise, these answers would not be simplified yet. So the only way you can have an improper fraction for an answer is if you are specifically asked for an improper fraction. Otherwise, we're going to use them to help us get to where we need to be. Okay, so are they simplified? Only if you're asked for them for an answer. Okay, so we're going to use them to help us divide fractions and some other things in the future. Okay, so flip your page to the back. We are now going the other way around. We're going improper to mixed. Improper to mixed. So when we see an improper fraction, we are saying it is not simplified. So we want to turn it into a mixed number. So here's how we do it. The first thing we say is how many times can a denominator go into the numerator evenly? So how many times will 4 go into 11 evenly? 4 goes into 11 twice. Okay, so that's our whole number. How many are left over? 4 times 2 is 8. So from 8 to 11, how many is left over? Okay, so from 8 to 11, there's 3 left over. That is the numerator. And you may have guessed it that the denominator stays the same. So if I were you, I'd hit pause right now. I would make sure that these 3 are written down in your notes. And we're moving on to the next one. Another way you can see this, if I just show you the division, the denominator goes into the numerator twice, which is 8 we said. 8 to 11 gives you 3. 2 is the whole number. 3, what's left over, is the numerator. See the leftover? And the denominator stays the denominator. You can also see the denominator would be the divisor. Okay, so let's try another one. You have 13 over 2. That's improper because the numerator is larger than the denominator. So let's follow these steps. How many times can the denominator go? Oh, how many times 2 go into 13? Denominator into the numerator. So 2 goes into 13 6 times evenly. That gets us 12. How many is left over from 12 to 13? That's 1, which is the numerator, and denominator stays the denominator. Could you do this the same way as this? Of course you could. Put the top number under the bridge. This is 13 under the bridge. 2 goes into 13 6 times evenly, which is 12. I've got 1 left over. So 6 is my whole number. There's 1 left over out of 2. So either way that you like it is fine by me. If you like this division method over here, if you're doing it in your head type person, that's okay too. Whatever works for you is fine by me. So if you would please hit pause and try these 2. Go ahead. So 6 goes into 24 4 times evenly. And it goes in evenly. So that's it. Could you say 4 and 0/6? I guess. Well, if you have 0/6, you really don't have anything there, so we don't really need that. The bottom one, 6 goes into 26 4 times, which is 24. Let's do it this way just so that we, top number under the bridge. 6 goes in here 4 times, which is 24, giving me 2 left over. So 4 is the whole number, 2 left over out of 6. Except 2 over 6 is not in simplest form. We can divide them both by 2, giving us 4 1/3. Hopefully you got that, 4 1/3. If you didn't, please make that correction. And we'll do this tomorrow. There is one more on there, sorry. If we do this one, just to show you this division one more time, top number on the bridge like so. So 7 goes into 13 once. If I subtract it, there's 6 left over. So 1 is the whole number. The leftover is the numerator, and the divisor is the denominator. So hopefully that clears up one of the ways that you can do that. So that's mixed numbers improper and improper to mixed.